Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be filming a Q&A.
Yay!
So our last Q&A that we uploaded together, which was our first and only Q&A. Bless you, Lexi. Our first and only Q&A that we filmed together was in October. So October 28th of 2018. So we're due. It's almost going on 6 months. So we figured a lot has happened in 6 months. So I put up a question thingy on Instagram and you guys have sent in tons of questions. So we're just gonna answer them with you guys today. You excited about that?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Also, we just did our second video with Barcroft. So if you have not seen that new video yet, I will link it down below. It was really exciting. That is the reason that we actually went back to Cleveland. So if you guys haven't seen those vlogs and everything else like that, check those out. Also, if you are brand new here, this is my husband, Larry.
Hi!
We have an age gap relationship, as you can see. And yeah, so that's the tea. That's what we're doing.
Oh.
Age gap relationship. And we're gonna answer your questions. Lexi, meow, meow. She's not the biggest fan of the ring light. Oh my God, the way you're holding it reminds me of Lion King. Ha, Kenya, meow.
Yeah, okay.
Hi, baby. Hi. Isn't she the cutest cat? This is our little family.
I'll put you down.
Let's get into this
Okay.
poll.
Poll?
Instagram questions. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, I will link that down below, along with Larry's Instagram will also be linked down below.
Thanks to everybody that comments on my pictures.
Yeah, Larry is like a beautiful, wonderful photographer.
Thank you.
So, and for my Instagram, I do a lot of like polls and video suggestions and Q&A stuff. So if you guys want to be involved in all of those in future videos, then check that out. So let's get into these questions. So here they all are, guys. We're gonna go through them all. Question number one.
Number one.
Where do you see yourself in a few years?
Ooh.
That's a complex one.
Yeah.
Because you have goals and you want to see yourself in certain places, but is that gonna happen? But you know.
Yeah, that is difficult because you set goals. Like me, I'll set a goal here and I'll strive to get there, but if I only make it this high, I'm thinking, well, I'm that far better than I was back when I set the goal.
That's true.
So,
and hopefully in 10 years, I'm hoping that we have a child.
yeah.
And I hope to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people say you can't travel with a child, but a lot of people say that you can travel with a child. In the beginning, it's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah,
But
they're infants and it's...
yeah, that's difficult.
Yeah.
But when they're a little older.
But I would like to take our child with us traveling when they're old enough to be able to remember the places that we've taken them to and have memories like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see myself still living in this house with you and raising our child. Or I could see us...
Traveling the world.
I don't know about the world, but traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on how things roll out. So, A, raising a child together, or B, we'll be traveling. Just depends on how things work.
Right now we can afford the zoo.
Yeah, amen.
We'll go to the zoo. I like the zoo.
Okay. Sorry, new here. Is Larry retired? Was he a police officer?
I am retired and I was a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know a lot of people want to hear your stories about that.
yeah, but some of them I can't really.
Yeah, no.
They're not
Shareable.
stories. Yeah, they're not pleasant things too.
So when did you retire?
I retired in 2017. I worked 25 years for the police department that I retired from, and I worked part-time for a police department that was a neighboring city. And then I also worked for about 5-6 years uniform security at the NASA Lewis Research Center in Cleveland, Ohio, which is now the NASA Glenn Research Center.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys planning on moving? So we just actually moved to Florida a little over 2 years ago, once Larry retired. So I think eventually maybe we'll move house a couple years down the line, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But moving state, no. I think we're gonna remain in Florida.
I think I really like the climate here.
Yeah, Larry hates the cold, and
just, I think Mindy does too.
I do actually. Like it did not.
She didn't do well in Cleveland when we were there. And it was warm for Cleveland.
It was like 30.
Yeah. Woo! And the sun was out one day too.
Yeah. What is your biggest fear or phobia? I know mine.
You know yours?
If I start thinking about it, I get really worked up.
Oh, what is it?
People dying that are close to me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it used to really upset me when I was a teen and like my young 20s. Like, I would just think about it all the time, and it used to really upset me. But that probably has to do with I lost a friend young in her 20s, so that was kind of part of it. Like, it was traumatic, and you just get worried. So losing family members is like a fear. Are you afraid of anything?
I'm thinking.
I don't think you are.
I think I'm afraid of being homeless.
That is true. This man has meltdowns when it comes to paying bills.
Yeah, I don't like bills. I like paying bills. Getting them and getting rid of them the right way and not worrying about it.
It's a very tense time. You just don't want to speak to Lawrence when it's bills up.
Paying bills!
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in another room. Where in the world would you guys move to outside of the US?
Ooh, I think England.
Yeah, that's a hard one though, because we've never traveled outside of the US, so it's hard to like know what other places are like, but I would say England for sure.
I've been to Canada. I like Canada. It's cold there too. Not
Yeah.
your fault.
England's freezing though.
Well, yeah, it is. And they get a lot of rain.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But yeah, England. That's where we would go.
Yeah, a lot of things to see.
Okay, so I know you love to go to Universal Studios, but do you guys like to go to Disney?
I have only been to Disney in California. I've never been here in Florida.
I have been once here in Florida, and I was in 6th grade. So we're due to go back. Maybe if and when we have little one, we'll take little one to Disney. So yeah, we have not been yet, guys, together.
They have an animal kingdom?
They do.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. This is a good question that I think that we should address just because it has been brought up a few times. Are you ever worried that Larry may pass away soon since your age gap is big? By the way, love you.
Thanks.
So yeah,
For the
thank you. Thank you for the love. So if things go the natural way, Larry, yes, will pass away before me. And is that very upsetting? Yes, it is. It's terrible, but we don't really think about it. We just live in the moment, enjoy life, and I think that's the best way to live your life, because if you just worry about all of that, it eats away at your soul. Like I said, one of my fears is losing people, and I try not to think about it because it does bother me. But the happiness and fun that we share together is well worth it. Like, it's just well worth it. Plus, age to me, because I've had experiences, age does not mean anything when it comes to life and death and how long you'll live. Like I said, lost a very good friend in her early 20s in a tragic accident. And you just,
Yeah, there were two little ones that lost their mama.
That's why age means nothing to me. So I'm like that. Not everybody thinks the way I do. I'm a very, I guess, free thinker. I don't see the age. I just see love and companionship, and we're very suited to each other. That's what I see.
I don't focus on the age. I focus on the happiness, because you're always going to get older, but you're always not going to be happy.
That's true.
So if you can find something that makes you happy, hi.
Yeah, like somebody said in our Bruce video, which Bruce is Larry's son if you guys have not seen that video.
Hi, Bruce.
Somebody made a comment and said she should have married Bruce instead of Larry. No, because Bruce and I would have been divorced already and unhappy. Just because people are the same age does not mean that they are compatible. It doesn't mean that. I don't know, am I explaining that well?
I think so.
You and I may be far apart in age, but we are extremely compatible, and I think maturity levels have a lot to do with that as well. I'll just leave that there.
Good answer.
Thanks. So we're gonna address another question that is highly requested, and that is the baby topic. And actually, Barcroft, that is the video that they filmed with us, is kind of like an update in our journey. So this is big news. Not the best news. It was kind of like a setback, the news that we had got because of the route that we chose. We decided to have our own child. So basically extracting Larry's sperm. So it's actually called a Tessa procedure, where they're gonna go in. It's basically an in vitro procedure. And it costs $13,000. So that has put us at a setback, and that's okay though. But I do want to be completely open and honest with you guys, because I know a lot of you came here to see like the baby process and everything like that, and it is probably gonna get pushed back to 1.5 to 2 years before we are financially able to do that procedure. But we'll have our own.
Yeah, but if, again, not knowing what the future holds, if that doesn't work out, then I think we're gonna look into adoption.
Yeah, I agree. And my dad was adopted, so I think everything will work out the way it is meant to work out. If it's not meant to be and it doesn't work, then we can look into adoption. If that just doesn't work out and that's not meant to be, then we'll just travel. I mean, and we'll be pet moms and dads. Which is okay. I mean, it's okay. Whatever, I'm a firm believer in what's meant to be will be. That's how I live my life. You?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How would you name your kids, or what would you name your kids? I don't know if I want to reveal that.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, so if we do get pregnant, I want to do like a baby reveal names. And
we talk about
clues.
It though.
Yeah, we definitely have talked about
We'll
it.
be laying there and she'll say, well, if it's a girl, what about this and what about that? And we kick names around, and no, we don't kick them around. We just talk about it. And then all of a sudden Mindy will go, what if it's a boy? And then we got a whole nother...
I struggle with boy names though. Like girl names for me are so easy, I think, because I just want a girl so bad. And then boy names are a little bit more difficult for me to come up with. What was the last one that I really liked? Don't say it out loud. Whisper it in my ear. Do you remember?
I don't remember, because we talked about so many of them.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think that might be the winner, but we'll see.
Mm.
Okay, do you guys enjoy going out to clubs and stuff? Big fan, hugs. Hugs to you back.
Hugs back.
Larry in a club.
I used to carry a club.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Probably to the club. If
Sometimes,
needed.
yeah.
Or to the bar. Yeah, so I had my phase. I went out. I had fun, but Larry, no. I mean, he was a police officer. Clubbing really wasn't his thing, and if he did go out and party, I mean, I'm sure you did that back in the day, but...
Yeah, but that was... I lived right across the street from Corner Bar. The corner bar, the neighborhood corner bar, everybody has one.
Yeah.
I was right across the street from it. So I would go out the front door, across the street, go in their door, and then I'd leave their door, across the street, and go in the front door, and that was...
Yeah, so no, we don't go clubbing.
No.
We're settled down
Yeah.
and home and watching Netflix.
Yeah, I'm boring. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you deal with the negativity that comes with your relationship or the looks that you may get? Well, we get a lot of, well, not a lot, but we don't get negativity out in public. But negativity on YouTube channel we do get. But the rate is like 95% positive and loving and very supportive people, which thank you. We love you guys for that. Thank you so much. And then like 5% is negative. And we just have to remember that everybody isn't accepting of our relationship, and not everybody thinks the same way we think. So you're not gonna make everybody happy. You're not gonna please everybody, no matter what you're doing in life. If you're a boss, if you're whatever you do in life, you are never going to please everybody, ever. So how do we deal with that? I mean, it's just, you gotta think positively and just take a step back.
I've dealt with negative comments for decades.
Yeah, as a police officer, you probably get threats and everything else like that.
So it doesn't, you know, I think I've been on before, and if it's a family member or someone I'm very close to that says something negative to me, then yeah, that might affect me a little bit. I might get my feelings hurt. But if it's a total stranger or somebody that I've never met, probably never will meet, I'm sorry, but I really don't value your opinion a whole lot. So
yeah. We did actually address this in the last Q&A that we did about 6 months ago, and my answer in that video, I remember, is that it does bother me. However, we've had quite a bit of views and exposure now in that last 6 months period, and there is probably nothing in the world that you can say to me now that I have not heard.
Well, that's the other thing too. I always told people when they call me something or have a negative comment, I said, you know what? If I had a dime for every time I've been told that, you think you're being original? You're not. You're boring.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. So for those of you who are dealing with bullying or threats or any other YouTubers out there, every time something happens, I always say, I am not the first or the last person to deal with this situation. It's gonna happen. I don't know how else to word it in a helpful way. I'm not doing very well with my words right now.
If you're bullying someone, maybe you ought to look at the person you're being a bully to and maybe be friends with them, because that might be the person that can help you turn your spot around.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, being a bully is not nice. Don't be a bully. Nobody likes mean people or bullies. Don't be a bully. Who has more of a contagious laugh?
I think you do.
Yeah, like if I laugh then other people start laughing. Yeah, I think so. I'm so goofy though. You're goofy too though. We're both goofy people.
We're goofy.
Ooh, this is a juicy one.
Ooh,
That's
boy.
not really a juicy one.
Oh.
What is each of your favorite Disney movies?
Oh.
It's hard.
Well, I know mine.
What's yours?
Mine is the original Love Bug.
Okay, I've never seen that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was my favorite movie. I saw that in the theater, and I even wrote a letter to the theater manager, and when the movie was done being played, they actually saved one of the movie posters for me and gave it to me. It hung on my wall for years.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cute. I think my favorite like cartoon Disney movie would be Cinderella, because she just is so sweet and kind with everything that had happened to her. And even when she got to marry her Prince Charming and live in the castle, she was still very humble and very sweet and very kind. And she went through so much. And she was so nice to her animal friends.
Yeah, I like that.
She had her animal friends. So I really like Cinderella. But I would say my favorite like live action Disney movie.
Beauty and the Beast?
Oh, yes!
I would agree.
Beauty and the Beast with Emma Watson. Ooh! And
The music.
how am I forgetting his name? Downton Abbey. Matthew Crawley. Dan Stevens. Oh God, just love those two. Yep, that's my favorite live action one.
Here comes Lexi.
Hi, Bugs. All right, this is a juicy one. This kind of goes to our video with Bruce, which is Larry's son. Okay, will Larry want his son to move in with him to help his son find a path and a career in life? I have stuff to add to this, but I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna let you do your thing.
I think Bruce is in a better position where he's at with regards to trying to find what he wants to do in life, where he's at now. To bring him here from Ohio would separate him from his friends network, from his places he goes.
Because he was born and raised there.
Yeah, he would have nothing here.
Minus you, he would have us.
Well, yeah, but
But other than that,
yeah,
nothing.
you know, he's literally 20-minute drive from Progressive Field, from Cleveland Brown Stadium. He's a half-hour drive from the minor league ballpark for the Indians. He's a probably 40-minute drive from their AA affiliate in Akron. He's surrounded by everything that he's interested in there. Here it's what, a 2-hour drive with traffic to get to Tropicana?
Yeah, about that. But yeah, not only that, but like a lot of people, okay, so Bruce, I mean, he lives with his mom.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in a home that he is, you know, supported. He's fed. He has a roof over his head. It is not like he's on the streets starving. I moved out at 18 years old. Bruce is nearly 30 years old. We're both 27 years old. Bruce, I mean, if he wanted to move, he could move. I don't think it would be really that appropriate. I mean, if he absolutely needed to and he was living in the streets and in a dire situation, yes, we would take him in a heartbeat. But he's not. That is not the case. And as a 30-year-old or almost 30, I don't know why you would want to live, you know, or, I mean, it happens, but he should want his own privacy, and I don't think moving in with us would be the option. I mentioned this briefly on Instagram, you know, because a lot of people were saying that we should let him move in with us. That's not fair, and our house is not the biggest, and we're trying to save and provide for a child, hopefully one day, and it just wouldn't work out that way. I mean, Bruce has made the decisions that he's made, and he's in Ohio for certain reasons, and
yeah, if he was self-supporting and was able to get an apartment or something where he could be on his own, you know, even a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, he could live anywhere in the world he wanted to. Really, realistically, he could.
yeah. I mean, I guess because I moved out the day after I turned 18, I was still a senior in high school. I have lived on my own, and ever since I was 18, I am 27, and Bruce has never been out on his own. I have slept in my car. I have had no food. I have gone grocery shopping and then been denied. My card got denied because I didn't have sufficient funds. I have struggled. All of us have struggled. We all go through it, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, when I met her, she basically lived on Lucky Charms and ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles, pickles, and iceberg lettuce. Like, that was my life. I get it. I've struggled. I've been there. I barely had enough money to pay my car and my rent. I did not. That's why my card kept getting declined. So I totally understand the struggle, but I think that's how you learn and that's how you grow. I think I am the human and the person that I am today because I have struggled. I know what it's like to sleep in a car. I know what it's like to not have a place to live. Literally. That's the other thing, is my parents moved away from me when I was 19 years old. I had no family, not even a grandmother in town. I had no family. I lived in Ohio by myself from the ages of 19 until we moved down here when I was 25. So 19 to 25, I had no family. I did it on my own. Bruce does still have his mother and still lives at home with her. Like, he has support. So I just wanted to kind of clear that air. It's not like he has nobody and he's living on his own. He does have support. But if he can one day, you know, move to Florida, we would love to have Bruce in Florida. If he wanted to live in the same area, we would love to have him here.
Live in this area and come and visit, and we could have family days every Saturday or something like that. But
Yeah.
you know, as it is now, it's phone calls many times a week and hopefully 2-3 visits a year.
Yeah, well, he did stay here for about a week and a half, and
Yeah.
my family took him in and cooked meals for him and did a lot for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we'll see where life takes us. Mindy, if your parents had not been supportive, would your decisions have stayed the same? Probably, because I have always been very independent. Like I said, moved out at 18, and I did what I wanted, even if I didn't have like the support. I guess I don't want to say it's like confidence, but it's just I'm just such a, if I want it, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I think if my parents weren't supportive, would this have been much more difficult? Yes. Am I very thankful and very lucky to have the support of my family? Oh yes, yes. Like, so thankful for that.
And I'm happy to have their support too, because I wasn't always supported basically for my path of employment that I chose. And to be accepted into an entire family the way I was, it just makes things so much nicer.
Mm-hmm. Ooh! What did you think of the first episode of Pretty Little Liars, the Perfectionist?
Go ahead.
I loved the music. I loved the music. Now, they are at like a school of music. That's why all the music, but I loved it. Like, I want the playlist. I want to listen to all those songs. I liked it. I thought it was good. It's kind of like Pretty Little Liars, obviously, just a different twist. Like, you see, I mean, somebody obviously, oh, if you haven't watched it, you should watch it. Somebody obviously heard the group of friends talking in the woods and did what, you know, that's what I think. I'm not going to say too much. I liked it. Larry?
Yeah, not so much.
Which makes me sad.
Well, maybe it'll grow. It just seemed like to me they were trying to introduce a lot of people in the first episode, and it just
Downton Abbey was like that. They
Yeah,
introduced like
Downton
45
Abbey
characters.
was crazy, the first one, and they kept repeating the names over and over. It's kind of like in the first Harry Potter.
Yeah,
They did a lot of that, and just the repetition helps keep you you to learn their names and things. But I just, when I saw it, I'm hoping it gets better.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a cute one. What's Lexi's adoption story? I love you guys and her too. She loves you and we love you too. So Lexi's adoption story, I was 21? I might have been 21 years old. Was living in an apartment by myself. Should not have had a cat. No animals allowed in that apartment. But anyways, so Angela, my best friend, calls me. And she's like, she worked at PetSmart. She's like, you've got to come see this cat. This cat is so cute. Come see this cat. So I took the 2-hour drive to visit my best friend. And we went and looked at the cat. And she was the cutest. So, you know, when you go to PetSmart, they're in like those glass boxes or those plexiglass. I'm not sure what it is. So I put my finger on the glass and she reached out her little paw and she like connected it with my finger and I was like, it sounds so cliche. It sounds so, but no, it was the cutest thing ever. So I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I'll go pet her and play with her in the back. So we take her out and we play with her, and Larry and I were talking at the time, and I was like, I really want this cat. Should I get this cat? And he's like, no, don't get the cat. Nope. You're not allowed to have a cat. You shouldn't get the cat.
Not allowed to have a cat. You interrupted your meal of Lucky Charms and ramen noodles to go to Findlay to look at the cat.
Guess who got the cat? Obviously. And guess who loves the cat? So, that is how little Lexi came to be.
Lexi!
And she was born in 2010, so she is 8. She's going on
Lexi
9. I don't know how it's happened. She is a diluted calico. So she's not like the traditional black and orange. She's more of like a tan, white.
Oh.
Are you okay? She didn't get you with her back paw, did she? So yeah, she's a diluted calico. Her birthday is in July. Okay, next question. Who said I love you first? It's me.
Yep.
Technically. I leaned into his car once and I said, don't make me fall in love with you. Little clue though. I already was falling in love with him when I said that. It was too late. There's no returning after that. Oh, see, that makes me sad. As I told you guys, the baby process was hopefully starting this fall, and that's when we were going to use the sperm donor, and it was going to be $2,000. And now because we've decided to have one of our own, that has bumped up to $13,000. So it won't be this fall, but in 1.5 to 2 years, I'm thinking we'll have saved enough money to do the procedure. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to share that with you guys. Like, we want to share the whole pregnancy journey, announcing that we're pregnant, and it just gets me so excited.
But if Mindy gets morning sickness, we're not going to share that with you.
Oh God. I just have a feeling I will get it. I just know myself. I'm very prone to motion sickness, and sickness anyways is probably going to happen. Well, did you have a boyfriend before your husband? Yeah.
I did.
You didn't?
No.
I mean, I've had a few boyfriends. It just never worked out. Guys my age just didn't work out. I've always dated guys that were older than me though, like whether it was 2 years or 4 years, but obviously Larry's the biggest age gap, but it just didn't work out. I think they have other priorities, or at least the ones that, I'm not putting all guys my age in the same category, guys. I'm not doing that. Not everybody is the same, but all the ones I dated were. Maybe it was just a thing, I don't know. But yeah, I've had boyfriends before Larry. Who curses the most?
I got a potty mouth when I get upset, but she drops stuff in.
Yeah, I think it's me.
Yeah.
I say it like all the time, which is not good. I try to be better about that. Like, if I stub my toe, you better believe.
Well, yeah, I think if you stub your toe, you earned the right to say those things.
Why is it that toes are so tiny and small, but they hurt so bad if you bump them into things?
Oh.
That's like, who decided to put those little critters on the end of your foot? And they're all separated.
It's just to let you know your furniture's in the wrong place.
What? I know. Did Larry find Mindy attractive immediately, and was it distracting for your job?
Yes and no. I did find her attractive immediately, but there was the age gap, and it was work related, and I just didn't do that stuff when I was at work. And
yeah, you didn't think about that. Neither one of us thought when that accident happened that it was going to turn into something. I mean, time went on, and then that's how it ended up rolling out, but yeah. No.
That's why you can't try and sit here and guess where you're going to be at 10 years from now. Because,
exactly.
Yeah, that would have, if I would have read that in a book, I would have, yeah, right.
Look, you just never know.
Mm-mm.
Who's the bigger goofball between the two of us?
Goofball?
Goofball.
Mm-hmm.
You're the jokester, but I'm just a ditz sometime.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to know what the person that's asking, what their definition of goofball is.
Yeah.
Because I do goofy things just to try and get people to laugh or smile, and you do goofy things just being yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. True. We want a little Larry.
Hi, Lexi.
You want a little Larry?
I would like a little Larry or a little Mindy.
Oh, this is an interesting question. Did Larry want Bruce to become a cop, and is he sad that he isn't?
No. No, absolutely not. It's demeanor.
Personality.
Yeah. It's not for everybody, and I just didn't see that career being a wise option for Bruce to pursue.
Oh, would you want to include a book club on your channel? I think you'll be great at it. I would love to do that, but Mindy is such a slow reader. I'm so slow at reading. I would have to really dedicate my time to that.
You need to go to Evelyn Wood.
How fun would that be? Who's Evelyn Wood?
I knew you were going to ask who Evelyn Wood is. Comments down below if you know who Evelyn Wood is.
Crap, why don't I know? I never know anything.
Because I'm older than dirt.
No, you're not. I would love to do like seasonal book clubs. Like, yeah.
Well, doesn't Teacup do that?
Yes! Abigail's Cup of Tea.
Hi, Abigail.
Hi, Abigail. Yeah, Abigail's Cup of Tea is wonderful. She does book clubs, and she's just phenomenal and such a breath of fresh air. We love her. So check her out. She does book clubs. She also does Harry Potter unboxings, and she's just the cutest, sweetest human being you'll ever meet, honestly.
And she's got a kitty that looks like Lexi.
Yeah, she has, yes, except hers is like fluffier.
Yeah.
Yeah. What other shows or movies are you two obsessed with besides Harry Potter? Ooh. Good one.
Yeah.
Pretty Little Liars.
Mm-hmm. Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey, for sure. We were loving Dexter.
Mm-hmm.
Done with that, though. Obsessed with, though, I would say Downton Abbey, me, Pretty Little Liars.
Friends.
Yeah, but there's 3 that I thought we watched. Pretty Little Liars, Downton, and there's another. Oh, Once Upon a Time.
Oh, yeah.
Love Once Upon a Time. So those are 3.
Wasn't real big on the last season.
No.
And for me, movies, Shawshank Redemption. That's like the number one. There's,
Yeah.
Sorry. And then the other one is Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that one. Don't you guys get... Okay, I think they worded that wrong. But I think it's meant to say, do you guys have generation gap problems, meaning way of thinking that we're from different generations?
No, I think the only problem that we have is I'll make a joke and it's something she's not been exposed to.
Or heard of.
Yeah.
Like TV shows and stuff.
Evelyn Wood.
Yeah, prime example.
So, hi Lexi.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Oh, talking about something that you could not stand when we first started talking and dating. Dude. My best friend and I, Angela, we used to say that all the time. It was like, dude. Like, everything was dude, and Larry was like, I'm not your dude. Like, no. That's a generation thing.
There's no D in my name.
Yeah, no. Yeah, see, he's like, no. Don't call me dude. Can you do a mukbang?
Ooh.
This would have been a good opportunity to do that. Do a mukbang Q&A.
Yeah.
We could have done that.
I'm a slob, though. You don't want to watch me eat.
You're not a slob. He's such a precise eater. Delicate eater.
I'm a slow eater, so it would take
Very
like 3.
slow.
Yeah. And I don't talk much when I eat, so that kind of defeats the purpose of, what's it called?
Mukbang.
A mukbang.
Yeah, I would love to do that, but it would be me talking. Larry eats in silence which I've said before. I remember when we went on our first dates and like we would eat together, I was like, this is kind of awkward. Like, he's not talking. He doesn't like me. But it wasn't that. It's just as soon as we got up from the table, or as soon as he was finished, it was we were talking again. He just eats in silence. Is that a generation thing?
I don't know.
Or is that a Larry thing?
I'm not sure.
All right, this is the last and final question. That lighting is crazy. Do you think you would still like or ended up with Larry if you met him when he was your age? Yes. I think we still would be together. If Larry was his personality and everything that he is now, but were you? See, I mean, if you are the way you are now when you were 20, I don't know. Yeah, I would. But if you were like crazy, rowdy, alcoholic, playing video games all night, abusive, mean person, then no. Yeah, no. But you weren't any of those things.
You'll have to ask Pat O'Malley. Hi, Pat.
Hi, Pat. Yeah, I think Larry is my soulmate. Like Larry, yeah. If we were the same age and we came up upon each other, yeah, I would.
Larry would like that.
I didn't go after Larry because he was a 50-year-old. I didn't think, oh, I'm dating him because he's 50.
And I can
No.
honestly say she didn't go after me for my money.
Yeah. Even though that's an assumption. But yeah, no. I would have dated Larry no matter what. Like, he is definitely my type of personality. He's funny, he's witty, so smart, very quick. Alright guys, so that was our updated Q&A. Hope you guys enjoyed everything in this video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more videos. And yeah.
I think we both love spending time in front of the camera, doing stuff like this so we can get to know you guys through your responses to our videos. So even when I'm reading, I'm still thinking I'm in front of the camera because I'm spending time with you guys reading your responses.
Yeah. That's cute. Alright guys, we love you and we'll see you again very soon. Bye! Big shelf shut, baby. Did I ever put my coffee in here? Nope.
No. No.
Where's my coffee, man?
Hey, man.
Come on, man.
Where's my coffee?
Oh, here it is.
There it is.
Okay, let's just check when the last Q&A was that we filmed together, which was our first and only.
Oh, we did more than one, didn't we?
No. I think we only did one Q&A. Did you just stop there mid-sentence?
Yeah, I was gonna. No, I gotta change that. So I've gotten a lot of fun poked at me from folks in Cleveland. I haven't forgotten the Browns. They were the first team that I rooted for in the National Football League, and now that they're looking like they're going to be doing better, and they had a fairly good season last year after the 2 years before that we don't want to talk about. I thought it was time to do the Browns.
Represent.
Yes.
OH.
I-O!
All right.
There we go.
This Q&A is going to go a long time. We've already got 10 minutes and we've only answered one question.
One question.
Okay. One thing about our lighting right now, not to change the subject, but we're in Florida, you know, and these clouds are going in and out, in and out. So sorry when the light gets bright and then dark again. Sorry about that, guys.
Thanks.
Speaking of, I can't wait to do what's in my mouth challenge. Because I'm totally going to send Larry to the store and pick out like 20 things to taste. Like in the produce section, canned goods, whatever. I'm just going to send you to the store, pick out it. You're going to have to prep it in the kitchen and put it on like plates. And then I'm just going to have to sit here blindfolded because I can't help you.
Blindfold food challenge.
I can't help you with any of that. Otherwise, I'll know. I can't even go to the store with you. Unless I sit in the car. No, I can't even look at the grocery bags.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all you, babe.
Photo still?
Oh, yeah. This shirt.